so I want to show you how to do bunch of stuff in your calculator. Let's start with getting you to make that. Get your calculator to show the dots and the line of best fit that goes through them. So you guys did like the equation for all four, right? So the fourth one, you probably still have the data in your calculator. Is that right? Should be. Like there were 4 pages on that graph, right? There were 4 graphs on that paper. If you put all 4 equations in, the fourth one should still be in. Yeah? Yeah. So does everyone have something in their L1 and L2? Like academic strategy or something? We have data in there? Okay. Alright, so we have to tell the calculator that we want to graph the statistical data. So we put the stat plot on. So the stat plot is up here, above your y equals. So it's second and then stat plot, or second and then y equals, whatever you want to say. You should see that screen, but yours probably says off, I'm guessing. Okay. Why are people making funny faces? If you don't see that, let me know. Not second stat plot. Like, it's in the upper left-hand corner. Yeah. You good? Okay, so yours probably says off, I'm guessing. So hit enter. And yours is over there. But the first thing you want to do is turn it on. So we're telling it, hey, if there's data in the stats lists, we want you to plot it. Good? You gotta hit enter, like don't just hover over it, you have to hit enter. And then you actually got all these different, you can do a histogram, you can do a box plot, a modified box plot, but we want this top left one. So hit enter on that. These should be where your data is. So my X1 is an L1, and my X list is in L1, my Y list is in L2. And then you can choose like what kind of mark it makes if you want, if that's important to you. And some of you have the cool kind of thing, you can choose like what color it is. Yeah, that's cool. And then hit second quit. So go back to like your main screen. Second quit, second mode, whatever you want to call it. Just double check that. Hit second stat plot, so second Y equals. It should say on, and you should see the little like scatter plot thingy there. We good? Okay. So then hit quit again. And then we're going to go calc for calculate. Scroll over to calc. And I'm going to do linear regression. So ax plus b. Remember a is, that's just like mx plus b, right? So a is your slope, b is your y-intercepts. Hit enter. I forgot this. Okay, we're going to have to do this a different way for some of you. How many have your calculator that just exactly what mine did? Like it didn't pop up with a little table. Yeah. I'm saying like the screen before that. Like. Yeah, so there's a way to like store the equation in there, and there's a way to just like you just write it down and type it in. I'm just gonna do that for now. Storing the equation is like it's kind of annoying. I don't know how to do it. Yeah, just look it up.
Calculate, and you want to scroll down to linear regression. Okay, number 4. See where it says AX plus B. Enter, and then list one.
Yeah, so how many of you saw that? That's what I was expecting. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. So if you have that, I'll show you that way, and then if you have a different one, I'll show you. But the other one, I don't really remember how to do it. So that's better than I thought. All right, so if you have what I have, when you hit linear regression and it doesn't give you like a menu, it just says, okay, linear regression, great. We want to store this into our y equals, so the graph it. How many have this kind? You see this. Okay, so hit vars. That stands for variables. We want to store it in our y equals. So we want y variables. Do you have vars? And then scroll to y bars for y variables. You don't know what a parametric is, you don't know what a polar is, on, off, don't worry about it. You're always going to choose function here, and then just choose the top one, y1. Can we run through that again? Okay, so we got stat calc, linear regression, and then if I just hit enter now, it'll give me the equation. I'm trying to make it store the equation in my y equals, so it'll graph it. So hit vars for variables. We want to store it in our y variables, so I scroll over to y bars, and then I'm going to hit function. You don't even know what the rest of those are. That's fine. And then y1. If I hit enter, it did two things. It told me the equation, but it also stored it in my y equals. So if I just hit the y equals button now, like not second stat plot, not second, just hit y equals, that's the equation. I just put it in there for me. And then like the point of all of this, and I'll get to everyone else's kinds in a second. If you hit zoom at the top, and then scroll down, because you can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can zoom to look for different things. If you go to zoom stat, it knows like, oh, you want me to zoom in on the dots in the L1 and L2. So hit that, you should see a bunch of dots and like the best fit line cruising right through. If you don't see that, and you were that type, let me know.
So bars of the function.
Yeah, but you gotta hit linear regression first. And then do the bars thing. Bars, y bars. There. Now hit zoom. Let's go down to zoom stat. Oh, there's something. Everybody else with that style couldn't get it to work?
I'll wait.
I use show. Okay, so this is like the next kind. This is easier. So if your data's in, she has her stat plot on, so we're good to go there. So hit stat calc. So that is what I was hoping for the first time. How many saw that? Okay, so you go down to this store regression equation, and it's like, do you want to store it? Where do you want to store it? And then you do that same, you're going to go vars, you're like, I want to store it in the y variable. So vars, and then y bars, slide over, and then function, and then y1. You should see it say y1 there, and then you hit calculate. Gives me all the stuff, whatever. But I'm trying to see if it like stored it. So I'm gonna go zoom or graphed it. So I'm gonna go zoom, and then 9, and I do see the line of best fit. Thank you. Anybody with that kind need to take a look at it? That's bars. To see it,
It's like, then you just like,
you have to because you want to grab it. Just roll out over 9. So then you should see others.
going crazy.
How else? So if you have like Anthony, you're good. If you're good, like you would help them. It works the same as like the second method. Okay, I want you because on like some of your graphs, you were kind of guessing where the line was going, right? Like hard to tell. So I want you to go check all your graphs. You have 4 graphs. You're gonna type in the data, and this is also just practicing this pattern because you got to do something over and over again to get it right. So for those 4 graphs, put the data in for that graph, have it calculate the line of best fit, and store it, graph it, and then see if it matches. See if it matches the line that you made. If it doesn't, that's fine. I don't care what line you made. You're just guessing. Just eyeball it, that's fine. But let's do it in the calculator and see what the calculator says that matches. Oh, no, that's fine.
Oh, wait.
Well, a lot of people are asking like, is this positive, is this negative, like yourselves? Does that make sense what I'm asking you to do? Yeah. So, I would. I would do this instead of like don't even worry about this right now. So, and then you're gonna get together and do this. So like this is 2 and 3. That's the point. 2 got 3. And you graph it. Then you're like caught up.
Yeah, that
looks like. I'll do that kind of classes. Did you guys have like regionals?
Yeah.
Right, how'd that go? You got what? What's that? Like second place? Okay. You qualified, but you guys aren't gonna go. Congratulations. What do you thought? Or with what? Yeah. Oh, I keep forgetting you're not so much like invisible.
This, you guys search it.
And far away, yeah. You're just checking. Like basically, I want you to practice that process over and over again. If you drew a line, it's way different than what I'm going to show you. Yeah, you put some of you might not know that. This is just me giving you a chance to practice this pattern over and over again, so it gets your brain. I just show you once, so once before. You do it, you might remember. I'll tell you right now, the stuff's fun. Yeah, barely, but that's what you do. What did you guys do about it?
Yes, okay,
audience. Like if you put positive and it's negative, change that. But really, you just check it. So it's that linear regression. You do it like separately. Okay, go down to store regression. I did that. Two hours. There you go. Good. So you're doing it right. Just look at the rest. Couple more minutes. Okay. I was like, boy, that's someone's like.
So that would drive me insane. What would
So I have to hang out with you all day?
What is a copy of yourself, like an exact direct copy? Would you love them or hate them?
What?
It depends on how insecure you are. If you're very insecure, you hate the person. But if you're very, I think,
You ever see the movie? Hear the movie Duplicity? The guy makes like copies of himself, but every time they're like a little bit off. So by the time you get to like the fourth copy, the guy's like just so goofy. All right, are we good there? Not yet. That's fine. That's fine. This is a relevant question. It's not like I'm just randomly asking this. If you wear women's shoes versus men's shoes, it's like 1.5 apart. The two? Okay, but which way?
Men's are too higher, so if you're like a 5 in men's, you're 7.
If you're a 5 in men's, you're a 7 in women's. I thought it was 1.5, but
I thought it was 2.
Okay. You get bigger?
No, I get 9. I wear it. I wear it.
Okay. Okay. I think it's probably like 1 3/4. It's like 1.5 2. Is it? Did you Google it?
Yeah, I always thought it was 2. It's weird.
Okay. So now I want to go through and make sure that, listen up please, that everyone sees 4 values there. How many of you see 4 values there already? A, B, R, and R squared. Like when you do the linear regression. Some of you. Some of you see only 2 things like I see. Some of you see 4. I'm asking who sees 4. Okay. If you don't see 4, so if you see 4, you don't have to do what I'm about to show you. This is something you have to do once, and it just stays. As long as your calculator doesn't like that, it doesn't die. You don't have to do this again. So if you already got it, you're good. But if you don't, you're going to hit second catalog. Catalog is above the 0. So basically you're hitting second 0. And it's a list of just like all the calculator commands that there are. You're gonna scroll down to where it says diagnostic on. If you gotta hit alpha and then the letter D. It's a little faster, but some people that's probably confusing. So you can just scroll, or you can do alpha D to scroll to that letter. Amy already had this, so we're good there. I don't know if you were like looking to see it. She had 4, I noticed. So when you get to that, hit enter again. And then you have turned diagnostics on. You shouldn't have to do that ever again. And now, if I do stat calc linear regression, I get 4 values. So it shows me the R and R squared that it wasn't showing me before.
Look at Egos. Why not? That was amazing. Oh.
Diagnostics. Yeah. You don't need to.
Still have to pay for it.
You're done. Already said it. There we go. So now, did everybody do diagnostic on, like hit enter, is that done? Or you already had 4 things in there? Okay. So this is the R that we found, like this is R, the correlation. So 0.41 is like, between 0 and 1. So that would be, would you say like weak, moderate, strong, if it's 0.4? Say moderate. And then R squared we haven't done yet. But I want you to go through each of your 4 graphs and find R and R squared and write them down. So all the 4 graphs that you have on your worksheet, find R squared and R, write them down. If you need help, please let me know. That's what we're doing. That's why we're doing it in class together. Yeah, we can do that. So you gotta put those numbers in your L1 and those numbers in your L2. Stat. So you should have R and R squared and the equation of the line for all 4 of your graphs. That's what we're going for. Three. I've never seen something. Oh, okay. So hit second. 0. Again. There's just done. Shouldn't have done it again. Now you should see. And then we're going to use that R and R squared. So like write it down and yeah, we're going to do something with this. So again, don't lose this sheet. If you don't want to see that. It just happens to be the same.
That's why I never read that. It's like, fuck.
twice.
Yeah. What are the chances of that?
Seems low.
Lucky day.
R squared 4 times. Need help? Let me know. You live in. Okay, so second 0. Scroll all the way down to diagnostic. Enter again, and then go back to what you just did. That should be good like from now on. Good. I'm just saying, I wasn't saying you were. Yeah. You good?
Yeah.
That's all good.
Yeah, I took 2 6s. I was supposed to be this just like
Yeah. You good?
Yeah.
You good? What's over there? Yeah.
To get the other one. No. It's
My favorite. Put the data in yours. See what happens. Is that alright? Good. Good.
this is a funky.
You got that? Good job, nice work. Yeah. You ready to read it too? Not sure. I've never seen this.
Really?
Or are they means your correlation is the same as your slope. You've never seen this. That makes so much more sense.
Calculator just.
I'm just gonna reset your calculator. We're gonna try it.
This is my favorite podcast.
Yeah, I think you might have called with it. So. We might have to get you a new calculator. Yes, it will. So we're gonna do that in a little bit. You're good. All right. The next thing I want you to look at here. I want you to tell me your height in inches, and then your shoe size in women's sizes. So men subtract 1.5. Okay, so we're gonna do it in women's. So men should add 1.5.
No, men should add 1.5. You're right. Because if you're going from women's to men, you subtract. If you're going men's to women's.
I'm going men's to women's.
Wait, so do you want the women's sizes up there?
Yeah, I want the women's sizes up
So
here.
then the men have to add one.
Yes, the men have to add
If you have the women's size up there, the men have to.
It's the men's size.
Yeah,
So yes,
the men are adding 1.5.
right, Eddie. That's what we're saying. Men add.
women say the same thing. Okay.
Okay. So like I'm 78 inches tall, and I wear a 13, so I put 14.5, right? Okay. So I need you to tell me your data. 63 and 0.6? Who said that? Oh, you went, let's just say 64. So just come on up. Let's just come on up and tell me both at once. Because if people just start shouting numbers, I'd be confused. So come to me, tell me both things, go sit down.
I'm just gonna be loud.
Come to me.
62 for height and 7.5 for
Thank you.
71 and 12.
Thank you. 64.
yeah, 64 and 8.
Thank you.
66 8.
Thank you.
63 7.
Wait, hold on a second. No, not you, I'm sorry. Kaylin, you're good. Okay.
62 and 8. 68 and 9.5. 65 and 7.
74, 14.
71 11. 68.
9. Okay.
75, 14.
I should have had you grab paper too. There's more?
70. And so you add
Add.
so 11.
Let's see if I can fit you on my list here. Okay.
I forgot I did the math. Honestly.
Just go sit down, both.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We have enough data. We don't need you.
I have definitely hit 73 inches on there.
What is it?
I'm 73 inches. I'm struggling today. So.
Do you have a shoe size also, or
I have 12.5.
did you already have 1.5?
Yes. My Crocs are very and I carry my Crocs. Obviously, the new one.
73 and 12.5? Is that big enough for you guys to see those? Alright, you're gonna make a graph on the fronts, but let me make sure you do it in the right way.
Your mouse.
So you're gonna put height down here, height in inches. And I would do, if you guys see that like swiggle thing, that means you're skipping a bunch of numbers. I would start at, so 62 is our lowest. I'd probably start at like 60. And then work my way across until I got to 78. And then for shoe size, our smallest, I'd probably start at like 5, so do your wiggle wiggle thing. And then go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Well, halves just go in the middle. So what we're gonna do, this is gonna be like a super helpful cheat sheet for you. I'm going to use on the test. We're gonna do this graph, and then we're gonna analyze all the information you ever need to know about it, and we're gonna back. And that'll kind of be a way that we're going through like this part of the chapter. Make sure you're doing it in the order, like the X and Y axis. Very much matters here. So shoe size on the y-axis. Yeah, if you have enough room. Yeah. Yeah, you could do point, like go up by 0.5 with your shoe size. I think as long as there's enough room on the paper.
This is scary. Sometimes.
What's your question? we do this part first because if we like come back on tomorrow, put these in your calculator. And then graph, because then I don't want to lose the data. This way it'll be stored in there. So the height is L1 and your shoe size is L2. And they do have to go like together. Like the 14.5 has to be next to the 78. That's a pair that matters. They have to stay in that order. Height is L1, shoe size is L2. That mom's thing. So is it like twitching? Is that what you're talking about?
That's what I was saying before. Like I saw it, I'm like, why is he freaking out?
Yeah.